So the other day, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct where they showed off a little bit more of the Switch 2 and some of the features of the system, the games that will be coming out for the system at launch. One of the big things they showed off was Mario Kart World, and they ended up getting a little bit of backlash because they weren't too upfront with the pricing. And it turns out that they are looking to charge between $70 and $90 for their games. What? Depending on whether it's a digital copy, a physical copy. There's talks that the physical disc, the cartridge itself, doesn't actually contain the game, but it's more of a key that allows you to access the digital game. Well, having gotten a bit of backlash from people online and customers saying it's ridiculous, and they were looking for answers if this was true, this was the route Nintendo was looking to go, Nintendo ended up responding, and not responding in a way that I think consumers were expecting or would have been liking.
Well, I guess you could put a lot of nice things in there.
No, just candy, Ned. $90.
It turns out their justification for it is the games are going to be priced based on the fact that they are vast, open games in regards to the Mario Kart game, that it's such a vast and open game and there's so much content, it justifies charging $80 to $90 for that game. Me personally, there's a ton of games out there that are huge open world games and just full of content and hundreds of hours, should you choose to spend hundreds of hours on these games that actually provide that much content. For example, you look at a game like The Witcher 3 or Grand Theft Auto 5. That seems to be where people kind of make their comparisons and use as examples. A game like Grand Theft Auto 5 that's been out for 10 plus years, people put hundreds and hundreds of hours in. That game was, I want to say, $60 when it came out 10 years ago. The problem is, I feel like Nintendo is starting to get arrogant. Nintendo's always been kind of off in their own little world. You usually have Sony and Microsoft going at it and button heads, and Nintendo just kind of does its own thing. And they've always kind of done their own thing. They've innovated, with the Wii and things of that nature. They always try to do something different with their hardware to stand out. And the Switch has been phenomenal. It's sold tons of hardware units, tons of systems, and people genuinely love it. While it's not as powerful as a system as, let's say, the PS4 was or the PS5, it didn't need to be. Nintendo's always had this reputation of putting out good games, and they do. They're not always for everyone. There may be more of the family console or family games, but Nintendo's always been able to get by just kind of doing their own thing, and they're successful at it. They've always been successful at it. The problem is the way they seem to be pushing this system now is eerily familiar and eerily similar to the way they went from the Wii to the Wii U. And the Wii was impossible to get when it came out. The second they hit the shelves, they were gone. And they sold a ton of systems. And people loved it. It was fun. It was a great console. When the Wii U came out, they didn't change much. They kind of gave you a little tablet as a controller. The games were pretty similar. Still a lot of motion control stuff. You could use the Wii controllers on the Wii U. It was a Wii Pro, essentially. And it did not sell well. I want to say 13 million systems were sold, which for Nintendo, that's a huge failure. I don't know too many people who actually bought the Wii U. I had one at the time, and I definitely did not use it as much as I used the Wii. I used it to play Wii games. That's basically it. If Nintendo is going to be this arrogant, are they going to run into the same problem as they did with the Wii and the Wii U? Is the Switch 2 going to be the new Wii U? I don't know. From what I've seen, the games look great, but the games don't look like a huge step up. They've showed comparisons of games running on the Switch and the Switch 2, and to me, it doesn't look that much different to justify charging $80 for a game, or even another $450 for the system, which price-wise, that's not bad. That's about what you pay. PS5 was $500. That's normal now. What I see as being an issue now is if Nintendo's sticking to their guns and you're going to charge me $80 to $90 for a Mario Kart game, what is Rockstar going to do? Because if Mario Kart can be $80, Rockstar and 2K are going to charge minimum $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6. Because if they use the same logic, how big the game world is, how much content's in it, how long and how many hours do you get playing that game, there's nothing to stop them from charging $100 for that game. And I can see it now.
For $1 million.
So we're going to have to wait and see how things go over the next couple months with the Switch 2 coming out, and we are way overdue for some kind of announcement from Rockstar. It's been over a year since the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, and I'm wondering if they're going to follow suit with Nintendo and come out all puffy-chested and say, look, we've given you games like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. You want us to continue to provide those types of games for you? The price has gone up. So if they charge $80, $90, $100, they may feel justified. And I'm going to be curious if consumers decide to speak with their wallets, or if the consumer's just going to cave and just assume this is how things go now. So I'll be curious to see what's going to happen in the next couple months. I'm sure we're going to start seeing if this is a new trend in the gaming industry. So thank you guys for spending a little bit of time with me. And if you want, click on one of these other videos. Like and subscribe. Your support means everything to me. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you.